with a Fashion Icon Award by the most respected organization in this industry.
Serena Williams has always been more than an athlete. She was a force of nature, a woman whose discipline, focus, and strength redefined the meaning of power in sports. But in a surprising turn of events, the tennis icon revealed something that left fans and critics in disbelief. Her recent 31-pound weight loss, she admitted, didn't come from her trademark discipline, endless training, or strict diet. Instead, it came from using a controversial weight loss medication that's been stirring debates across the world. For a woman who built her empire on hard work and resilience, this confession struck like lightning. What drove her to this decision? And what does it reveal about the pressures even champions face behind the spotlight? The Queen of Tennis and her unseen struggles. Serena Williams wasn't just a player. She was the face of dominance. From her early years on the court to her 23 Grand Slam titles, Serena represented what human potential could achieve through grit and perseverance. Yet, behind the trophies and the victories was a woman entering new chapters of life: motherhood, aging, and self-discovery. After giving birth to her daughters Olympia in 2017 and Adira in 2023, Serena's body began to change in ways she hadn't anticipated. Despite intense training and meticulous dieting, her weight wouldn't budge. For someone who had conquered the world through control and willpower, this loss of control was deeply unsettling. It wasn't just about the number on the scale. It was about feeling disconnected from the body that had once carried her to greatness. The turning point: choosing a controversial path. In a world that saw her as the embodiment of strength, Serena's next move shocked everyone. Frustrated by her lack of progress, she turned to a GLP-1 medication, a type of drug originally designed for diabetes, but now trending as a celebrity weight loss tool. Her decision was not impulsive. Serena spent months researching, consulting doctors, and battling her own doubts. For someone who had built her career on integrity and endurance, this choice felt risky. Yet she admitted that it wasn't about vanity or public image. It was about health, confidence, and reclaiming her sense of self. The results were swift. She lost over 31 pounds and felt lighter both physically and mentally. But once her confession went public, it unleashed a firestorm that no one could contain. The internet erupts, praise and backlash. When Serena revealed her use of the medication, social media exploded. Supporters applauded her courage for speaking honestly about a struggle millions of women face after childbirth. They saw her not as a fallen idol, but as someone human enough to admit she needed help. Fans flooded her posts with gratitude, saying her honesty gave them hope. But not everyone was kind. Critics accused her of betraying her legacy, of turning away from the very discipline that made her great. They claimed she was setting a bad example for young athletes who looked up to her as the symbol of self-determination. What made the debate so fiery was that both sides believed they were right, and Serena found herself at the center of a cultural storm she never intended to ignite. Beyond Serena, a cultural debate unfolds. What started as Serena's personal confession quickly evolved into a global conversation. The debate was no longer just about one woman's choice. It became a reflection of society's obsession with perfection. Doctors warned that these medications weren't magic, and health experts expressed concern about side effects and misuse. Meanwhile, fans questioned whether the world had become addicted to shortcuts rather than discipline. Serena's story became symbolic of a larger truth. We live in a time when image often overshadows authenticity. Her revelation forced people to ask whether using modern science to manage health was a betrayal of hard work or simply a reflection of human reality in a demanding world. The unfair pressure on female athletes. One of the most painful truths Serena's story exposed was the double standard women face, especially mothers in the public eye. When male athletes age, gain weight, or slow down, they're often praised for their experience and resilience. But women, especially those who've given birth, are expected to return to their peak form instantly, as though nothing has changed. Serena, despite being one of the greatest athletes in history, was constantly judged for her appearance rather than her accomplishments. Every fluctuation in her weight became a headline. That relentless scrutiny took a toll not just on her body, but on her spirit. Her decision to use medication wasn't about vanity. It was an act of rebellion against the impossible standards society had placed upon her. The controversy behind GLP-1 medications. Serena's honesty also brought attention to the growing controversy around GLP-1 drugs. Originally designed for diabetes, these medications became popular among celebrities seeking rapid weight loss. As demand skyrocketed, shortages began to affect patients who genuinely needed them. Doctors warned of potential side effects like nausea, dehydration, and even severe complications such as pancreatitis. Reports showed that some users lost muscle mass, not just fat, a dangerous outcome for athletes or older adults. Serena's admission reignited the ethical debate. Should public figures promote a medication that's not intended for weight management? Or was she simply being transparent about what many others secretly used? Her openness forced the industry and society to confront uncomfortable truths. The cost of honesty in a world of illusions. In Hollywood and professional sports, perfection is a performance. Many celebrities undergo dramatic transformations with medical help, but rarely admit it publicly. Serena broke that silence. She said plainly, "Yes, I used this. Yes, it worked for me. And no, I'm not ashamed." Her candor shocked fans and insiders alike. But rather than closing the conversation, it blew it wide open. People began wondering how many more stars were hiding the same secret. Serena's courage became both her weapon and her vulnerability. She proved that honesty can be revolutionary, but it can also come at a cost. In choosing transparency, she invited judgment, yet she also redefined what authenticity looks like in an age obsessed with perfection, redefining strength and legacy. For decades, Serena Williams symbolized power, perseverance, and independence. Yet her confession revealed a side of strength that's often overlooked: vulnerability. By admitting she couldn't overcome postpartum struggles with willpower alone, she reminded the world that even champions have limits. Her story showed that biology, aging, and motherhood are forces no amount of discipline can erase. Rather than hiding, she chose to speak up, turning her personal struggle into a universal message. Strength, she proved, is not about pretending to be invincible. It's about facing the truth with courage. Whether fans saw it as a mistake or a brave act, Serena's legacy now includes something far more valuable than another trophy. It includes humanity. A conversation bigger than one athlete. By the time the dust settled, it was clear that Serena's confession had transcended her personal story. She had sparked a worldwide dialogue about honesty, health, and the pressure of perfection. Was it wrong to seek medical help when all else fails? Or was it simply a modern choice in a world that demands constant performance? Serena's revelation didn't diminish her greatness. It deepened it. She showed that even the strongest among us are still human, and that seeking help is not weakness, but wisdom. In the end, her 31-pound weight loss became a symbol of something much larger: the courage to tell the truth in a world that rewards illusion. And that might be Serena Williams' most powerful victory yet.